if I will talk, there's one more thing which plays a major role here is the salary. So what I felt is if you have your own house in India, if your parents have your own house and you don't have to pay the rent, then according to me, even getting a 1 lakh per month salary is not bad at all. You can live like a king, to be honest, because India is very cheap, and as compared to the Western countries.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Desi Return. Today we have Gagan on our show, and I'm really looking forward to have a discussion with him. So Gagan went to Ireland for his masters, and worked there before making a decision to move back to India. And he also worked in India before going to Ireland. So there's a lot of information that we can get from his journey, and looking forward to some of the insights and the information from his own journey of coming back to India. With that, welcome Gagan to the show.
Thank you very much, Avinash, for having me here, and it's my pleasure to share my experience with your with all of you, and hopefully it will help other people as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
So, Gagan, if you can share a bit about your background and how much time you spent abroad and what brought you back to India, I think that would be very helpful.
Yeah, sure. So my journey started, you know, for the overseas, career. It started from 2019. So till 2019, I was working in an IT company in India, and I have already gained around 3 years of experience in software testing. Um, so it was a mixed experience in India. Overall, I was not very happy with regard of my experience and my career and work-life balance. I live in a city in Delhi NCR called Faridabad. I live in Faridabad, and I used to go from my home to my office in Noida. I used to travel. I used to drive for 2 hours in morning and come back to my home from office 2 hours in evening. And somehow I got frustrated in 2000 when I gained around 3 years of experience because I was not even earning well. Uh, uh, they do not pay well to freshers and to people who just have 3 years of experience. And that's the one thing I do not like about the companies in India. They treat people according to their degrees, and that's what I felt, and their experience. On the other hand, if in Western countries they do not, check your degrees and they do not check your colleges. If you have talent, they can even provide you a package of $1 lakh. So, uh, so what happened in 2019 that my sister went to US for PhD, and that's motivated me that if what I'm there, I just thought in my mind that what I'm doing here, I'm not doing anything good in my life, and if I will keep doing this, I will spend my next 10 years, in frustration. So I got to know about a master's program in Ireland. And the reason why I chose Ireland is because uh, I was already, uh, in my 26, 27, I was already 26 years old when I just, I started looking for master degree. So the best thing about Ireland is that they provide 1 year's master's degree
Mhm.
to everyone, and after 1 year of master degree, they provide you 2 years of post work visa, and you also get a chance to get a sponsorship from the company, and then get a PR later on. So fortunately, I got an opportunity to study with one of the top ranking universities in the world, which is National University of Ireland, Galway. Um, so I went to Ireland in 2019 in September batch, and it was a 1 year course. So after like in 2020, I just worked hard. I started looking for jobs. So there's one thing about studying in abroad is that if you are a fresher, it will be a little bit difficult for you, for someone who who doesn't have any experience. They usually prefer people who have experience, at least 2 or 3 years of experience. But that doesn't mean that freshers do not get a job um, in Western countries. Uh, so I got my job because of my experience in India, and so before getting my job, I got to learn a lot of things in my master's degree. Um there was a mixed crowd. There were people from Germany. There were people from Ireland. There were even people from USA in my course. So I have learned a lot of things from them. How do they talk to each other? How, if we are just making a group project with them, how what kind of conversation do they do with with their batchmates, with their project mates. And uh, overall it was a great experience. So when I started looking for a job, initially it was I got so many interviews, first thing first. But I was not able to just uh, crack the interviews. I don't know why. Because uh, uh, I think I was lacking in some of the things, and like during the earlier phase of my interviews, I didn't get that what things need to be done here. But after that, I talked to my seniors
Mhm.
and those who has already faced jobs in in other companies. So there were some of the things that I thought I got to know that, which are very important. The first thing is CV. uh, for an example, I lived in Ireland, so Irish CVs, they play a very important role to apply for a job, and they are very different from Indian CV. Uh, uh, so I prepared my CV very well, and then I got a lot of interviews again, and finally I got a job in Ireland. So till that time, uh, you you know, uh, I worked in Ireland for 3 years, around 3 years, more than 3 years. Till that time, I was very happy. I never thought that I will be coming back to India soon. But there was a mixed emotion as well. Uh, what happened in Ireland, basically, I'm very foodie, to be honest. And when I started exploring things in that country, I found that there are less food options. That's the major factor that was the major factor for me. There was a lack of social life, according to me. Because if you are going on like if you are going outside, you will you will not find people very easily who will talk to you, not even Indians, to be honest. Because you have your friends, that's the different thing. But in India, if you will go outside, your neighbor will start talking to you. You know your friends will get easily connected to you. If you will just ring them, they will come to meet you if they are free. But that's not the situation in Western countries. Everyone is busy in their life, with their wife and with their children. And but I am a kind of person who just always like to interact with other people. I can't just keep living in my own room and do nothing and don't talk to anyone and just keep watching TV all the time. I like to explore things. I like to talk to people. So like I said, I'm like very I'm a very big foodie. So whenever I used to go outside, I felt depressed because there was same restaurants, same food, everything was same. And how come someone eat either burger or pizza every second day, or just masala dosa? That's not my cup of tea. So these small things, they made me started feeling that this is not for me. This country is not for me. I'm okay living here for like next 4 or 5 years, but I know that I will be still, regretting uh, living here. So I will be still, feeling lonely and depressed. So uh, at the same time, what happened that my mother got sick. We have a family, medical condition in my family. So I made my decision that I would definitely want to, come back to India at any cost. So earlier, initially I applied for some jobs in India, but you won't believe that I was getting at least 5 interview calls in from Ireland, but I wasn't getting a single interview call from India, from my own country, and that's very unfortunate. And I got around 6 years of experience till that time, and uh, I got an international exposure, international experience. So I was very happy while applying for jobs in India. I thought that they will, just welcome me from both from both the hands, but that was not the situation. The reality was something else. When and you won't believe, I was not even asking for a huge package.
Yeah.
Some There are some people who just, when they are trying to come back to India, they ask for like they ask the employer to provide them a huge package, like they want 40 lakhs per annum package, which is very difficult to get in India. I know it's not impossible, but it's difficult to get. So but I don't know why I was not getting any calls from India. So now, in October 2023, last year, my uh, I decided that if I'm not getting any job in India, that should not stop me to going back to India, because but my mother and my parents need me back in India. So there's a saying that if you believe in something, God will do that for you. You just have should have faith in God. So without thinking twice, I don't know, I still remember that day, because not even 10% people in in this world will have courage to do this, because I met so many people in Ireland. They just they just die. They can just die to get a visa sponsorship in Ireland, and I already got the sponsorship in Ireland. And in 2020, in 2024, uh, I would have received my PR as well, if I would have stayed. But I didn't think about PR, because I never wanted to live there. And So I talked to my manager. I explained him my situation, that my there's a medical condition in my family. And so he's a really nice person. He always helped me um, during my 3 years of experience in Ireland, uh, when I was not getting my visa sponsorship and I was only on contract position. He helped me to get my visa from the company, which is a very big thing, and he always supported me. So he said that uh, I really appreciate that you shared about this thing to me. And he said, the very first thing he told me is to just forget about everything and just think about your family. If I would be at your place, I would never think about and I would not think twice, and just go back to India, to my country, and support your parents. So that um, that gave me a confidence, and that really made me feel happy, that mm, even if now if I will leave, unfortunately, if I will just uh, I will have to quit my job, I will not regret, because at least I shared each and everything with my manager. So he talked to the senior management people in his company, and then I got to know about this thing, that there is a child company uh, of that company. So my company's name is Clan William Health, and they have a child company in India. And just because my performance was very good, according to my manager, and I was doing good in my project, so he didn't want me to, just leave this role, quit this role. So he gave me an opportunity to keep working under him in the same project, same company, but he told me that he can just relocate me to India, and I will be an employee of that company in India. So, but I will keep. So that was a very big achievement for me, because that's what I always wanted to do in my
Yeah.
life. And so right now I'm working in that company in India. The only two things that have been changed for me is just the payroll and the location. And location is my home, because I'm working in UK shift from 2:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. So there's no point for me to go to their office. So they have allowed me to keep working full time remotely for that role. And so I thanked him a lot, because it just this was only possible because of my manager. And uh, uh, right now I'm just working from my home, from the same company. The most important thing for me, while that helped me to stay happy in India right till now, touch wood, is that I'm still working in the same company that I used to do. So I never wanted to, come back to India and work for an Indian company because of the poor work-life balance. That was the main reason why I went to Ireland. So I'm very happy that I'm still working in a European company, and Europe is known as uh, having the best work-life balance in the world. Because I have heard, I don't know actually, uh, but I have heard that even people who are working in US, they have to do a lot of work, and the work-life balance is not that good as compared to companies in India, in Europe. So now I'm working with this under same manager, same project, same company, and just I just came back to India, and I'm I'm also supporting my family. I also get support from my family, because sometimes when you feel very lonely in Western countries, there's no one to talk to you. Either you are just cooking food, you are just either or you are just watching TV or doing some work. Um, so
Yeah.
also, there's one more thing I missed.
Maybe we
Uh,
can come back to that. Sorry for then.
yeah,
No,
sure.
thanks a lot for such a detailed overview
You're
and
welcome. Yeah,
the details. I think you covered pretty much most of your journey in your update.
yeah.
So thank you for. So in a summary, I think you have worked in India for a few years. I
Yeah.
think you are not so happy with the work-life balance, so you wanted to explore abroad, which there is a strategic decision that you made why you want to go to Ireland, and
Yeah.
definitely has a lot of opportunity to learn like while doing the masters and got the
Mhm.
job uh, and then have the flexibility first of all, thanks for confessing. A lot of people might not say on like a show like that they one of the reasons they want to move is the food, right? I mean, again, it's one of the reason, but it's not like, but not
Mhm.
like a lot of people confess that, but thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
And in terms of like having the flexibility to move as an intercompany transfer, which
Mhm.
is awesome, and
Yeah.
able to work on the same project with the same manager after the move,
Yeah.
which is fantastic, right? And you also get an
Yeah.
opportunity to spend time with your family. You can have the best of the both worlds, like which you didn't like before, which is like the
Yeah.
traffic, the work-life balance of working in an Indian company and where you
Yeah.
are. So, thanks. I'm just quickly summarizing
Yeah.
that, and if you can, I think. You mentioned about the things, right? Uh, like you had like a difficulty like when you started applying for jobs
Yeah.
while you're in Ireland, uh,
Yeah.
you know to move or like apply for a job in India. Just maybe for the sake of audience, again,
Mhm.
this is based on the conversation that I
Yeah.
heard from other people, is if you put like an Indian phone number, that typically could help,
Yeah,
so that people think that they can reach, and also people don't believe until you actually move, because there are a lot
right.
of people who might be applying, and they might not know so sure if you are serious to move back to India.
Yeah,
But one thing that could help is like having an Indian number, and then
yeah,
once you move, I mean, I think there is definitely a lot of opportunities, is what I heard talking
yeah,
to a lot of people who have done that before.
yeah,
Just something that I want to add on there.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, do you want me to provide my number, Indian number on the call, right?
No, 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 no.
So
I'm just mentioning that people who have been applying to
applying,
for an
yeah.
Indian jobs while
Okay.
they live in
Oh,
abroad,
yes, yeah.
they have a much better chance of getting a call back, like the interview or
Okay.
anything,
So,
if they
so
have an
what
Indian.
should they do, right? Uh,
Yeah, like I think
okay.
they're providing an Indian number on the resume or on the that could help, is
Yes.
what I heard from talking to the other people. So I'm just sharing my
Okay.
thoughts to that point that
Okay.
you mentioned earlier. So yeah.
Yeah, you are right. You know, what I used to do in my CV, I used to provide both the numbers, Ireland and Indian number as well. But somehow I felt that uh, I got two or three calls from India from some companies. The very first question they used to ask me, why do you want to come back? And when I was telling them that there is a medical condition and I want to come back for my parents, they never believed me. And instead of just at least taking my interview and uh, just judging me by my capabilities, they used to judge me earlier, and
Hmm.
not even they were not even taking my interview. They were thinking that this person will come back to India, will work with us for just 1 year, and will again go back. Because they might have seen such kind of people, they might have faced some such kind of people. And to be honest, coming back to India from a Western country is not that easy. To be honest, I got this kind of opportunity, which was a win and win situation for me. That's why it made me very easy to come back to India. But it's not at all easy for someone who is doing a really very good job, a great job in any other country like US, Australia, or Germany, Ireland, or UK, and they can't come back to India very easily because they will have so many things in their mind, that what will happen if when I will come back to India. Will I work in under some that kind of manager who will be rude and who will not treat me properly? Will I have to work for more than 8 hours? Because these are the things that that are very good in Western countries. They can't tell you to work for more than 8 hours so easily. Or even if they want more work from you, they will politely request you that can you, even my manager, whenever he wants me to do some work, he just ping me and he tell me, he just politely request me that, can Gagan, can you please do that? But on the other hand, in India, what I have faced earlier is that if my manager wants me to do anything, he will just make me feel, he will make me realize feel that he owns, if he's paying some kind of salary to me, he owns me. I'm his labor. And because I'm very straightforward to be,
Yeah.
and that's what I faced in India. It was a small company, and there were so many QA testers, and it's an independent software testing company in Noida. I won't name it, but you won't believe how I got that job. First, they asked 50,000 rupees for a training, and in the name of job. So I just paid them the amount, and then I got the job. They were only paying me 12,000 rupees for. They paid me that amount for around 1 year before I got the appraisal, and in that 1 year of time, they were treating their employees very poorly, very badly.
Hmm.
They used to think that if they are paying them 12,000 rupees, they can ask anything. They can ask the employer to do anything, which is not good at all.
Yeah.
So, uh, so why I just touched that point is because it's not at all easy for someone to come back to India until and unless. unless they are just getting same kind of opportunity like me, or if they are getting a very good job in India in a big tech company like Google, Microsoft. Now, if I will talk, there's one more thing which plays a major role here is the salary. So what I felt is, if you have your own house in India, if your parents have your own house and you don't have to pay the rent, then according to me, even getting a 1 lakh per month salary is not bad at all. You can live like a king, to be honest, because India is very cheap, and as compared to the Western countries. And even if you have your own house, you don't have to pay rent. You can live a lavish life in India. According to me, Ireland was very expensive. I was paying 40% tax in Ireland, and the salary was not that good as compared to US.
Yeah.
That's the same situation in Europe. So uh, and it's getting expensive day by day. So if someone is, according to me, if someone is getting around something somewhere between 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh per month in India, it's far better than getting a 50, 60 lakhs per annum package in Ireland.
Yeah.
That's what I felt, because people are paying 2000 euros rent a month, and they can't even save mm, just a good amount of money, uh, from their salary. So the only thing that will make you feel there, if you are husband and wife, there are two people living, and both working well, both earning well, then my salary is going towards my expense, so to all the expenses, and my wife can save her salary. That by that way, we can just live happily in Western country, otherwise very difficult. And same thing happened with me. I forgot to mention about my wife. I am married, and we are happily married for last 1.5 year. So uh, earlier, I used to live alone in Ireland. Then we got married. I met my wife in Ireland. So we were paying a rent of 1,800 euros per month, and there were other expenses as well, like car, EMI, and everything. So I was just not I was not even saving a single penny from my salary. It was my wife's salary which we used to save, and then we so it's very difficult for a single person to live a lavish life in Western countries, according to me. So
Yeah.
yeah, if someone is
Thanks.
applying, yeah,
No, no. Yeah, no, thanks for sharing such a specific, detailed,
yeah,
from your experience, from your perspective in terms of the
sorry,
style. Maybe just curious,
yeah,
I know you have moved. I mean, I think sounds like you have still a lot of positives about, abroad, right? Like, the work-life balance, in terms of the work
sorry,
culture, in terms of, the
yeah,
uh, yeah, the maybe cost of living is like a depending on that. So just curious, do you have any plans to move back abroad maybe after certain years, right? After maybe family is doing good. Maybe do you have any plans to? Just curious. I mean, if you're okay to share. If not, then we can punt
yeah.
that question and we can go on to something else.
No, definitely, that's a great question, and I would definitely love to share my views on that. I think I will now I will never ever go back to any other country, because I was very sure. I took this decision after thinking a lot, and coming back from Ireland to India was a very difficult part of my life, because I we were living there for 3 years, and we bought each and everything for our house, and that was the very most important thing. Invested a lot of money in buying those things for the house. For an example, small things like study table, chair, bed, mattresses, utensils, each and everything. So it's very difficult to make a house in any part of the world. I didn't bought the house, but even if you are living in a rented apartment, you buy things, and you have your emotions attached to those things. So it was a very difficult thing for me, difficult decision for me. I didn't even sell half of the things. I just left them in the apartment. So at the time when I was coming from Ireland, I just, I I I made the decision that I will never ever come back. I will never ever go back to any other country from India now, because I know that sometimes the life is full of struggle in India for some people. But there is a saying in Hindi that दूर के ढोल सुहाने लगते हैं. Do you understand Hindi?
Not
I
much. Like,
No,
yeah, maybe you can
not
explain.
much. Yeah, yeah. But if you, some of your viewers, they understand Hindi, it's a saying that दूर के ढोल सुहाने लगते हैं. It means, uh, you know, uh, if you will look, if you will if you haven't experienced a life in overseas or in other countries, you will always feel that wow, they are living a lavish life, and their life is full of happiness and all. But that's not true. uh, there are pros and cons in every country. India has its own pros and cons. Western countries have its own pros and cons. If you are living in Western country, you will feel, you might be uh, roaming around in in other countries very easily, but at the same time you will live far away from your parents. You will live far away from your friends in India. You will not get to, you know you will not eat good food as compared to what you were eating in India. And also you will not get much chances to attend weddings, family functions. uh, but at the same time, if you are living in India, you are getting these things very easily.
Mhm.
But somehow, some people will be feeling that I'm not earning well in this job. So I also want to get rich. Why only the politicians and actors, they are getting richer and richer? Why if I'm working hard, why I'm not being paid well? Why I can't buy a BMW, and why someone who has a business, they can only just have a BMW or Audi. But on the other hand, in Western countries, even a middle class person, they can afford a BMW very quick easily.
Yeah.
So I think there are two things. The first thing is money, which makes a huge difference. The second thing is the mindset. I So like I said, every country has pros and cons.
Yeah.
Also, the mindset is quietly different in India and as compared to the people in Western world. The people in Western world, even if they are earning less, they just buy each and everything on loan, on mortgage. But that's not the case in India. In India, people spend wisely, because there are some responsibilities as well on them. From a very younger age, they started thinking about their children, for their marriages, for school. Yeah, let's come back to your question.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
I will never think about going back uh, to any other
and
country. But the reason why I'm saying it, because right now I am very happy with my current job. In case if there will some scenarios or some situation will come that I will have to quit this job, then I might think about starting my own business, or any kind of business, or something. Because I don't want to do a job in a normal MNC, in normal company in India,
understood.
after working here. That's not what I have, that's not why I came back from Ireland. Um, I came back from Ireland just to keeping in mind that I'm getting this kind of opportunity. But in case if I will not have this opportunity in future, I will just think about any business opportunity, or any similar things. But thinking about working in any other company in India, it will be a very difficult decision for me. Yeah.
Okay. No, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah,
I'm just being mindful of the time because so that it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
too long of a podcast. So is there anything that we haven't covered that you would like to, mention that you want to bring up?
Yes, I think I uh, there's I know that there are so many people who just who are in this dilemma. Uh, they take a lot of time to think, to even think about coming back to India, and it's not easy at all for so many people. But I can just only tell them that you should set your priorities. What do you want in your life? There are some people who are not very attached to their families when they were even living in India. And if you are that kind of guy or girl, and you can you do not want that kind of social life, you don't mind living alone in a saturated environment, and if you are earning well, and if you want to think about your children that they will study in good school from a younger age and all, and if you don't want to spend a lot of money on their education, because education is somehow free in countries like Ireland, then definitely uh, you can take your decision to keep living in overseas. So it depends upon your priority, what do you want in your life. Everyone have different mindset, different situation. My situation was my family condition, and also I was not even happy in Ireland. But if uh, uh, I think it's the power of taking decision is only within your hands, and never ever give anyone else to take power to take that decision for you. And uh, also, just one more thing I forgot to
Yeah,
mention. According to me, it's very important to go. It's very important for each and everyone, if they get a chance I would say that, or if they get a chance to move overseas for at least 2 years, they should definitely go there, because they will just change the whole perspective in your mind, and you will get to know how people are living in overseas in Western countries, and their mindset is different, their way of living is different, their way of speaking is different. How do they treat each other? For an example, if you are just closing the if someone is going in front of you, and they will hold a door for you, they will say sorry, they will say thank you for small things. It makes these small things just makes a huge difference. And that's what I have learned there, and I still do those small things in India. I still hold door for others. I still just empathize them. So uh, these things, you will they will be there for your whole life. And if you will keep living in India, you will never ever learn those things. Uh, and
yeah,
you
for
will see
sure. I
how
think,
you will see how the traffic goes works. If here in India, people use dipper just to tell other that I want to go first, but in those countries, people use dipper to just let you go first. So that's the major difference in our country and those countries. So yeah, if you get a chance to go there, you should definitely just visit, and stay there for some time, and then it's your decision if you want to come back or not.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, it's always these experiences, right? Living
Yep,
abroad, spending time in different cultures, different aspects. It just broadens your own experiences, your maturity, and how you
yep,
see things and perspectives.
yep.
Definitely. And at the end of the day, it's the priorities, as you said,
Priorities.
that
Yep,
makes, the decision process.
yep,
So, yeah, thank you very much, Gagan, for your time and sharing your journey. Really appreciate it and being very candid about your reasons and the
yep,
conversations. It's not easy for somebody, to admit about like, food, like, talk about, their work-life balance in India
yep.
or in abroad. So thanks for being very candid and sharing your thoughts. Once again, thanks a lot.
You're welcome, and it was a great experience for me as well, talking to you. I hope your channel grows really fast soon, and it will help other people, making their decisions while going from India and while coming back to India as well. And uh, I know it's not a very easy decision for everyone,
Yeah.
and hopefully it will help people. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank,
I appreciate it. Have a good day,
thank you,
everyone.
thank you.
Thank you all for joining us on this insightful journey of Desi Return. If you enjoyed this episode and want to explore more stories and expert advice, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts and experiences. By the way, check out the links in the description below for our Facebook group and social media for updates and engaging discussions, as well as connecting with fellow Desi returners. Thank you once again, and until next time, may your Desi return journey be filled with joy, growth, and endless possibilities.